Hi, I'm Victor Vogel. I'd like to talk to you about my membership to my podcast and my channel on YouTube, Building Renaissance Leaders. I've designed this program so that I can provide medium sized and small businesses with the same opportunity to get leadership development training that billion-dollar organizations would get. How's that happen? Let me show you. Here is my website for my membership. All you have to do is come down and you can join the membership uh, by clicking on the membership section down here, and it'll allow you to join for $5 a month. So that $5 a month is going to get you into what some people have to pay money for, and that's my shop over here. And these are going to be a variety of high quality podcasts that are primarily educational podcasts. They're going to be covering everything a Renaissance leader and leaders of the future are going to need to know over the next 12 months. During that time, we're going to present a lot of podcasts that are open to the public. You can find those on my YouTube channel. And also, we're going to do some additional podcasts where we spend specific time answering questions and delving deeper into all of those topics we're going to be covering. On top of that, we're going to be offering a newsletter down here. They can either be, right now, I have one that is audio and one that is written like a standard newsletter. And I'm probably going to end up doing both because I want to put the newsletter also on the audio podcasts that go out to Apple Podcasts and other podcast areas. These will also soon be put behind a subscription program. So, what you have here is you have solid educational development information around leadership and pretty in depth discussions about these areas that allow you not only to learn about leadership, but to discuss it with people like myself that have over 40 years experience, 9 years of formal education, untold number of years of continuing education by some of the greatest leadership minds in the country through webinars and conferences and actual one on one discussions. So I am bringing not only the knowledge that you would gain in a college education, I'm bringing the experience that teaches you how to apply that in your business world and become an effective leader that actually delivers results for the organization and has accountability as a leader. Now, these are going to be available. This is a piece of work in progress. We're building it as we go. So everything that you provide us, all the information and feedback you provide us, and as we get more members into this program, we're going to be building a bigger and stronger program. So how does it affect small businesses and mid-sized businesses? Well, they can't afford and normally don't have the time to attend a lot of those seminars and webinars and educational programs without taking away from their personal life. This program allows you uh, to get some of that same quality education, graduate level education in some cases, for $5 a month. And it gives you the flexibility to do this when you choose to do it. So all you have to do is sign up for a membership, and for $68 a year on an ongoing basis, you're going to be getting educational information from people who are professionals and who have been leaders in organizations. You can't hardly beat that kind of model for educating people who normally don't get an opportunity to apply this to uh, their companies or their employees. Restaurant managers, small manufacturing facilities, retail shops can all buy subscriptions for your leadership inexpensively. And it's an ongoing leadership development program. Think about that. It's not the one, even the professional organizations aren't offering this on a regular basis. Can't understand why, but I'm going to start this process and hopefully other people will see it, think it's beneficial, and start a similar kind of program. So then you would have a variety of choices to select from. In addition to this, you have all those videos and podcasts that I was mentioning here in the area of uh, the shop area. You have all of this stuff available to you in archives. It's like having a digital research library at your fingertips on your phone. So if you have an issue or you're thinking you're going to hold a meeting, you want to kind of get ready for it, you can get on your phone, you can go in here. A lot of these are divided into chapters. You can go in there, refresh your memory, think about it, go out and deliver that session more effectively as a leader. It's designed that's the way uh, it is designed so it's like I was in there with you, like I was as a consultant in billion-dollar organizations, where I changed corporation culture, I developed leaders, I built high performance teams, and I did this day in and day out, hour after hour on site with these people. This is kind of like being on site with me. You can also have access by commenting or asking questions or contacting us, myself or whoever else is in this area, to get help when you need it. And it comes to you, it's right there. And you can do it at your time. So it's cost effective, it's flexible, it's high quality information from proven leadership people who have proven themselves in leadership. It's high quality information, high quality instructions from people who are proven leaders in their fields or knowledge generators in that area. So, this is one way we can bring high quality leadership development and start building Renaissance leaders for the future, leaders who are ready to handle all the change and all the innovation. It's going to be premised around my uh, YouTube channel. As you can see here on the left hand side of that screen, you've got your books. And I have 3 books out there right now. One of them, Dare to Become a Renaissance Leader, talks about my paradigm shift and how we should be thinking about leadership. The new paradigm, the new way to find and select leaders, Renaissance Leaders, is another book, and it talks about how we need to start developing people and also how we need to select those people and nurture them up within the organization. The other book is about communication, how effective interpersonal communication is. It's the tool I use to train everybody how to communicate effectively before we started developing leadership training. Because I found through assessing tens of thousands of employees, that's the number one thing employees said that they were missing. They were missing communication. If there was one thing they wanted the organization and the leader to do better, it was to communicate. And when you ask them what that meant and drill down into that, they were talking about interpersonal communication. So we also discovered there's a couple of things that we didn't do for the last 4 decades. We didn't spend time working with the leader themselves. helping them to develop themselves so they could be more authentic when they were applying emotional intelligence or other leadership skills. And the other thing we did is we released development to third party outsourcing, and we didn't take responsibility internally. And when we did that, people started monetizing that, and we lost much of the quality and much of the benefit of developing internally that ready people for cultures, ready them to take the next level position up, and consequently, succession planning fell off the map, and people were beginning to go from company to company. This created somewhat of a toxic culture, and consequently, employee engagement went down. And the perception of leadership has been going down for the last 3 or 4 decades. The pandemic just accentuated it for people who were the employees who recognized that they weren't valued like they used to be. So, this is what we're trying to do with this program. It's all wrapped up in the fact that much of the program design and information about how it should work is in the books. The actual work of the leader that we're trying, the skill sets we're trying to give them, is wrapped up in the podcast, in the newsletters that we put out. And between those two things, we can do that and put it down to a price level that is acceptable to small businesses and medium sized businesses through the subscription process. How does that work and how do I know it's going to work? First of all, it's been working for technology and YouTube and influencers on YouTube for years. Amazon uses it with Prime. That's how they can deliver their packages to you through a subscription process. So we know that it works. It just hasn't been applied that effectively in the right way in the education of leaders. And so I'm going to try to push this. Like I say, it's a new program, just started it. I really would love for you to come in and buy a subscription, stay with us, work with us, stay in contact, and that way we can start building a community that can tell us what we need to do in the future, the pain points we need to address, and also give us insight about the kinds of programs that all of you are wanting to have uh, and use to become effective at what you're doing. It's going to be a great program for small businesses to be able to give to their employees as a benefit and to help them to grow in that same process. So, once again, this is the uh, YouTube Building Renaissance Leader channel. You can go there, and I'd like for you, probably while you're there, it'd be really nice if you would subscribe, kind of the YouTube thing, subscribe, like it, and go ahead and get some notification bells going there. So that you know when podcasts are coming out. Friday, this Friday, Tuesday the 13th, 8 p.m. Central Time. I'm having Dr. Uh, Brian Grossman join me, and we're going to talk about positive intelligence. And this is one of the few things that's new that's been put out there that is really having a beneficial impact with a lot of companies and a lot of employees out there. It's one element of what you need as a Renaissance leader to be effective. The other two are emotional intelligence and interpersonal communication. We're going to cover emotional intelligence, hopefully, right after the positive intelligence segment. And then we're going to have uh, an actual 20-hour graduate level interpersonal communication program uh, where we break the program down into classes, 9 classes over 9 months. And we will do that as a separate podcast from all the others so that you're really getting uh, a normal podcast that's informative and you And then you got another podcast that you, if you're a member, you can come in and ask questions. And it's kind of like coaching or mentoring on an ongoing basis. And then you can also have these other podcasts that are going to be presented that are associated with things like interpersonal communication. But we're also going to talk about how you take this information and put it into your organization when you know it's going to be resistant. Biggest complaint that employees and leaders had and companies have when they send someone off to 4-day seminars, they come back and try to apply it, that doesn't work. So, a lot of reasons I've discovered why that doesn't work and why you have trouble transferring that knowledge. We're going to help you figure that out as you learn these different skill sets that you're going to need as a leader. So come join us. I think you're going to really enjoy it. If you have any questions, you can reach me on my website here. Just put your phone up there, and you'll be able to. And you can find this also at my LinkedIn site too. And so you all this will be in the description, so you can find it down there in the description and contact us. You can also find the website to go ahead and become a member. Hurry up, go join. Let's get going. Let's get this movement going. Again, I'm targeting small businesses. I'm not targeting coaches. I'm not targeting already large consulting firms or mid level consulting firms, but I am targeting small and mid sized businesses and people who are just now beginning and are struggling trying to figure out how to get into leadership. While you're doing that, you can afford to get on this on a monthly basis and learn a whole lot. So when you go in to talk to somebody, you're going to have a lot of knowledge under your belt when you go in. We can even talk to you about interviewing and that kind of stuff as a leader, as a potential leader. Okay. And how to identify a culture. I mean, we could talk about that. How you would how you would go about the questions and the process and understanding culture, so you could understand just by the behaviors and the way that you're being treated during your interview whether that's the kind of company that's going to fit the culture you want to work in. All kinds of things like that can be uh, secondary educational processes that come out of these main programs. Okay, so again, I'm hoping what happens is other people who, like me, maybe in different fields, like I specialize in leadership and interpersonal communication, people may see this model work effectively. I'm not interested in building thousands of people on this platform. What I am interested in is getting a couple hundred or enough people on it to where it works. And then possibly you could build something that associates with the local area you're in. I happen to be in Oklahoma City market area. You could have this program, and if people are seeing this and they're around Oklahoma City, they're going to be able to get in touch with me, and that's going to give me another access to them that is going to allow them to have somebody to help them out there in the small business world side of it, and that would be plenty of business for many coaches and consultants out there. A city the size of Oklahoma City offers lots of opportunities in that area. But you don't have to do that. You can do that through this format, which is really great. It's just one other opportunity to touch base locally with people and spread this communication and this education down to small business and mid-sized businesses. And that could also be from a government. It could be a local school. It could be a high school. It could be a grade school. It can be a center, a nonprofit center helping people. There's a lot of areas that this can be beneficial once you learn how to effectively lead other people. And there are people who just don't get that opportunity. You might have a plumber who's a really good plumber. He starts out, then he gets two trucks. The next thing you know, he's got 10 trucks and 10 employees. He's never had a course in leadership. And maybe he's struggling, or there's trouble, or he has high turnover. There's all kinds of things like this that can be solved for small businesses, if they have a place they can go that doesn't cost them an arm and a leg. And $5 a month is not a heavy cost for what you're going to be receiving. Check with me, catch up. You can go back and look at any, once you're a membership, you can go back and look at any of these videos. Then you can come back and ask questions about them. Contacts for everybody that I interview are in this list. Research resources are in this list. We do a lot of linking to various videos, so we do a lot of screening to videos where we know the information is going to be relevant for you, so that you can go actually watch a YouTube video that we say, hey, that person's on the mark. You need to listen to that. You need to hear what this person has to say. So we do a lot of referring too. So hopefully this will open up a lot of networking between educators. Uh, but my my really exciting point is it's going to be aimed at small businesses and mid-sized businesses that really can't afford a $300 an hour consultant. Like I used to go in, it would be $300 an hour, 8 hours. You figure that out. It used to be uh, three or four, five. You're into $10,000, $12,000 a week. Uh, that's a lot of money. Now, big corporations are paying that kind of money to consultants to come in and do the same kind of work. We're going to teach you how to assess. We can assist for you at a much, much less expensive rate, using a lot of the same tools many of these big five consulting firms use. So there you go. I hope you come join me. Trying to get it started. It's got a lot of kinks in it. I can't guarantee everything's going to be 100% smooth because we're building it as we're going. Uh, but it's better that we get it started so maybe a lot of people can benefit, because right now it's not too good. Perception of leadership's not too good, and all levels: local, state, local, county, state, and federal, and the world in general. So this will be a way for us to hopefully improve that. Start building that community we used to enjoy. Uh, we sat around and talked about work. You could used to say, "I really work for this company. I love it." And here's what we did. That kind of dialogue, that kind of information, that kind of togetherness, unity, makes us stronger. And leadership makes the country stronger, makes your company stronger, makes it more secure for you, and gives you and and that way leaders can learn how to value you and the importance you bring to it. That's a powerful feeling when it connects. All right. You go have a nice day, and I'll see you Friday night, 8 p.m. on this channel, Building Renaissance Leaders. You go find it. If you click at 8 o'clock, you'll see that we've gone live there. You can jump in and watch us live and throw your chat questions up, whatever. Uh, and and just check with us. If you don't like it, you can get out of it later. There's no problem. I mean, just take a monthly subscription and then take it for as long as you need it. And we'll try to help you guide how to use the material effectively. Okay. Have a good evening.